prevention. Society is a cult and you're in it. You don't even know it, but social services are knocking inside you. That's not tinnitus, it's a women's hotline sounding off between your ears. You think education will work like the mothership landing. You think the payoff, the mother load is coming, like Christ returning. You've paid them to teach you how to hate yourself, carrying around that swig of tainted Kool-Aid in the kiddie pool of your skull. The speech of your elders leaves no cordite or two-element particles for authorities to trace, but still makes puncture wounds of your eyes and ears. You were homeschooled with a graduating class of 653 in '92. Learning itself was propaganda. Right now you are asleep. Your habits are pressing wrinkles into your face like bed sheets. You are participating in mass hysteria with group hallucinations, depicting unending fields of greener grass. Your very id is knitted from a loom of tripwires, making you fanatically impossible to reason with. Still, I ask you to remember that the day is out there. The night is out there, waiting for you to return to it, to enter your queries into that big, black search engine, which utilizes a kind of Socratic method, sending your questions back to you, answered only in your own guts. The day is out there like prime time deprogramming, waiting for you to determine it with original thought or sin, waiting for the underdeveloped stumps of your primordial fins to grow long enough to embrace it, waiting for you to realize that those ping-pong spheres of pudding in your face are only aposematic markings to fool the competition and would-be predators, while your instincts can see for miles and years in every direction. Look, if nothing else, I think you'd have to admit that your little cult has some pretty strange sexual practices. I think it's parody with a pretty undesirable partner. Deep down you know, beneath the brainwashing, if nothing else, that it's wrong to go on like this, fucking yourself.
Everything gonna be all right, or trading body blows with the ghost of Victor Smith?
Yes.
Yeah. The night was thick, black and nasty, and my mattress was a raft drifting down a mighty Mississippi of memory. A Viking longboat in which my broken warrior poet's form had been placed and sent downstream through the silver gray mists of eternity and on to the far bright shores of my forefathers and their fathers before them, only to be turned away from those fearsome gates for being insufficiently deceased. And lately, it seems like I've been waking up in varying stages of dream state at all my former places of residence, feeling around the bed for some imaginary former spouse or significant other, freaking out about being late to some former place of employment, and whatever it is I'm going to say this time to assuage whichever former employer. I can't help but believe if things continue at this rate, eventually I'll bolt awake thinking I'm late for my first day of kindergarten. Though hopefully my mother will also be on hand to say, "It's okay, little man. It's only Saturday. Go out and play." And then there's that recurring one wherein what some new age metaphysical guided meditation counselor type might call a deep subterranean cave of me. Some heretofore unknown or merely suspected part of me suddenly cracks and snaps off like a massive icicle or stalactite, morphing on its way down into another more fully actualized me. A new and improved me, you could say, and hits the ground running like Jesse Owens at the 36th Olympics. And let's just say, for the sake of the poem, and your all too brief relationship with it, that this new and improved me is actually you. And it's not a slimy or treacherous cave floor that your feet have found, but a cool, rain-slicked street late at night in some industrial part of town you don't recognize. And just over there to the right, maybe 50, 60 feet away at most, there's a freight train blowing out its big, brassy basso profundo as it slows down down to take the curb, and it's not even an issue of nerve or wanting it bad enough, because you know you can make it this time, man. And you don't even have a suitcase or a bag or nothing, but that shit don't even matter, because everything is going to be different from here on out. Everything is going to be different if you can just catch that train, man. Everything going to be just fine if you can just keep running and saying it and saying it and saying it. Everything going to be all right. Everything going to be all right. Everything going to be all right. Everything. Ooh.